Hey guys, welcome back and happy Saturday. All right, guys. Well, I hope you have a beautiful weekend. I can't believe it's the weekend again, but I love our weekends. But I wanted to talk about something that came up on Two Teas in a Pod. It's actually nauseating. Bravo Snarkside wrote about it. They posted photos. Teddi Mellencamp and Tamra Judge. Love Tamra Judge. Teddi Mellencamp, I've always been kind of skeptical of, but Lisa Vanderpump was brought up in the conversation, which I don't necessarily understand at this point because Lisa Vanderpump never talks about them. However, they were comparing the passing of Lisa's brother to, what Lisa Rinna's going through, grieving her mother. Now, when they were, Teddi threw some daggers, and I think it's completely inappropriate to talk about someone who's no longer here. And what she said is absolutely inaccurate. And I'm going to give my own little backing on this because I worked at TomTom and I have to defend Lisa Vanderpump on this one. So before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so Bravo Snarkside posted this, and we love Bravo Snarkside on Instagram. Bravo Snarkside is always, reposting us, giving us shout outs, and they're just such a great platform, and they're always, first right there when they're talking about anything that's going on in Bravo News. They said Teddi Mellencamp backs Lisa Rinna and justifies the cast's hard treatment of Lisa Vanderpump in season 9 in a disgusting disparage against LVP and her relationship with her now deceased brother. In the most recent podcast, and they said, listen at your own nauseum, of Two Teas in a Pod, Teddi, they called her a Nat, Mellencamp, says that the cast didn't even know LVP had a brother, then says that they weren't even speaking and had no relationship. Not true. And they also, Bravo Snarkside said, amazing since the fans knew her and her brother were extremely close, and LVP's reacting on Twitter. My thing is LVP's brother would come into Pump, was around, okay? And she had a relationship with him. She absolutely 100% had a relationship with him. No, he wasn't on the show. He wasn't around enough to be filming with her or anything, and he might not have even wanted to be on film. So that's neither here nor there. You're allowed to have family members and be on reality TV and not necessarily have them in the limelight. Now, Lisa Vanderpump wrote, how dare she? I've put up with her lies for long enough. Don't even know her Twitter handle. Please share to her, with a photo of her and her brother. Another photo is, she put, I agree, disgusting. And this is where she got her star in Palm Springs, and her brother's right there by her side. She said, I agree, posted another photo of her with her brother. Keep my brother's name out of your mouth. I 100% agree with that. Teddi saying that Lisa Vanderpump didn't know her brother. This is why this is absolutely inaccurate. We met her brother at Pump. Not personally, but knew that she would come in with him. He lived overseas and he had 2 sons. His 2 sons, after this tragedy happened, LVP and her husband, Ken, took them in and they came and stayed with them for the longest time. They would always come into TomTom. They would hang out. She would make sure that they had whatever they needed, whatever they wanted, and she went through the hardest time. Now, Teddi Mellencamp wasn't friends with her at the time because she was too busy ripping her apart, but if you go back to that time, and I can go back to that time because we didn't have a huge group of people that worked at TomTom. Lisa was at TomTom all the time when it first opened. I don't live in LA anymore, so I don't know how often she's there. I would imagine she's at all of her restaurants all the time because she's a very hands-on businesswoman. But when she was going through it. You would see where she would be very emotional at times. She was sad, she was upset, and she was really grieving. So someone who didn't have a relationship, no relationship ever with their sibling, wouldn't be going through those motions. And it's just absolutely not true. I think this is disgusting. And it's in an attempt to back Lisa Rinna, which goes back to the whole Fox Fo 5, Fox Force 4, whatever they want to call themselves. It's so obvious what we have here. And they're trying to, Teddi is using this platform, which kind of makes it biased at this point. She's using this platform to back her friends on the show and explain why she thinks that they're not getting, like, either it's a fair edit or they're not getting, they're not getting the right sympathy or empathy thrown their way. And it's so clear that she's like pro Lisa Rinna and so against Lisa Vanderpump. She said Lisa Vanderpump used the Dorit story with the Puppygate as a way to like lash out during her grieving process. But how can you say that she used her to lash out during a grieving process if you're saying that she never had a relationship with that person, her brother, to grieve in the first place? That doesn't make sense. That's a contradiction. And for LVP too, I remember when her and Ken would come in to the restaurant, and when they would bring in the boys, which were her nephews, her brother's sons, and anything that they needed, she would first make sure that they were taken care of. They both would make sure that they were taken care of before anyone or anything else, took precedence. That is what I saw firsthand. And it wasn't they came in, one time or two times. They came and stayed with them and were completely taken care of. And Lisa was consoling them. They were consoling her. They came together as a family through one of the hardest times in her life. So yet you're going to go on and bash her and say that she didn't even know her brother, that they didn't even know she had a brother, when like Bravo Snarkside said, that's interesting because we all knew that she had a brother. This honestly is absolutely ridiculous. And there was another moment too where PK and Maurizio are getting slammed right now for being what people are calling disgusting pigs, for playing that game of, who do you think looks the best aside from our wives here? When they were looking around and they're, picking a woman, whatever. Maurizio was so quick to say Dorit. And Tamara had a point. She's like, the husband shouldn't be playing that game. That can go really left really quick. And Teddy was like, listen, it's innocent. It's innocent because why not play the game? They're guys, it's not what's the problem here? But of course, again, being a part of the Fox 4, Fox Force 5, whatever it is, she's going to defend Kyle and Maurizio because those are her friends, which makes this completely biased. And I completely agreed with what Tamara said. And she's like, no, husbands should not be talking about other wives. That can get into really murky water really quick. I'm happy LVP clapped back. And I think it's funny that she doesn't even know Teddi Mellencamp's handle. But my point is here too, she doesn't talk about them. They constantly talk about her. She's not mentioning Teddi Mellencamp. She doesn't care about Teddi Mellencamp. She's focusing on being a grandmother. She's focusing on her businesses. Are you going to say that she doesn't even see her grandkid next? She doesn't have a relationship? Like, it's absolutely asinine. It's ridiculous. And I think it's so disrespectful to talk about someone's deceased sibling. I mean, I want to hear what your thoughts are. So guys, go ahead and comment below. Let me know in the comment section your unfiltered opinions. How do you feel about this? I read some of the comments and some people said, this is honestly gross. I don't expect a lot from Teddi, but this is shockingly low. Teddi is still playing that tune. We didn't buy it the first go around. Teddi's still sticking to that story, huh? Shut up, Teddi. Go away already. Teddi and Rinna doubling down on their desperation. Like, it just goes on. People are not happy with this. And I'm not happy with it at all either. I think it's just gross. So with that, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And also don't forget that we're back for Let's Whine About It this upcoming Monday at 7 p.m., which is a members only live, 7 p.m. Easter. You got me flustered here. Eastern, which is 4 p.m. Pacific. I love you guys so much, and we'll see you next time. Happy weekend.